Hi everyone, Keith Darkmer Farms. It's now the first week of February, so it's time to start planting. So let me show you what we do and talk to you our process this early in the season to get things ready. So we'll be ready for the first farmers market of the season in another month and a half. So let me show you. Now, the equipment we're using here, very simple. Got my seating bench here behind me. Built it to where it's right about waist height. So, perfect height for me. We got a watering bucket for animals filled with our soil mix. It's a nice, rich soil mix. It's actually Morgan Composting Dairy Dew 101 mix. It's the best one we can find and get in our area, which we used to be able to get in our area, but it's what I've tested to and I found the best results with. Other than that, 100 cell flat. We're going to do lettuce to start with. I'll talk to you about the others here in a second. Got our dibbler board, very simple, pokes a whole bunch of holes so we can put our seed in. And then since we'll be taking all of these inside to germinate and grow underneath the lights with the grow rack I showed you last week, sturdy bottom plat, and then of course our seed. We're using Salanova variety. Make my own custom blend on this because I kind of know what I look for yield and color and what grows best, because some of the varieties really just don't do all that good here. So turn you around, get to going, get this stuff planted, and talk about the other things we do this time of year as well. As I mentioned, this time of year we're still really early in the season. We're going to be pushing crop in really early. I know my market really can't stand that much right now, because when the first couple of weeks of farmers market, people are just getting back in the groove, getting out there. So the sales aren't as high as I'd like. It's where I'm only going to plant one 100 cell flat this week. Wait 2 weeks, do the same thing. 2 weeks after that, I'll do the same thing again, and then we'll be on our usual weekly planting of the amount we need every week planted and transplanted in the field. Also a good time to start thinking about other crops as well. So if you're doing onions from seeds, now's the time to start them. If you're doing celery from seeds, now's the time to start them. Any of that really long germination, transplant to actually planting in the field stuff is something you really got to work at. Like I said, we use this nice potting mix. What you want to do is make sure it's nice and moist before you start. So you're looking like you can make a ball and it stays there, but it's still kind of crumbly and it's not completely falling apart. We specifically keep it in this bin over here because we have a nice short-handled hoe. We're able to go through, keep it moist, and keep it mixed up really easily. So hold a couple bags in it. I usually put one, maybe two in there at the most. So there's enough in there, but I'm not having to watch it too much. The rest is actually stored behind me here. Go in with a canister, pull out a scoop, get the top covered over. I'm just looking for a nice amount to start with. And spread it around. The sides are the spots you really got to work on the most. The middle seems to pack well. It's always around the edges. Go through and I clear off a little spot. Give it a 1, 2, 3 drops on there. I'll go back through, fill up what we're missing, and then screed it off. Just flat with my hand. This way we have a nice little level area. And since I'm taking it inside, I'm also going to wipe the edges off because that just makes it where you don't have as much dirt going in there. Next, we've got our dibbler board. That's actually made for our vacuum seeder. 98 cell flat one side, 200 cell flat the other side. I'm not going to break out the vacuum seeder for this, simply because I'm only going to do one tray today. So there's really no sense in getting everything set up. Like I said, we're at the end of January, early February. So in essence, we haven't even really hit our cold month yet. It's been rather cold and snowy this season, so it kind of feels like it. And now we finally have a warmer day, but I'm not doing it just because it's warm. I'd be doing this anyways. Next for our seed, I mentioned Salanova variety. It is all pelleted seed. Two great things. Lettuce seed is very small. So it's hard to pick up just a few at a time. And with pelleted, you can easily grab some, pinch them in your hand, and they also work in the vacuum seeder plate. We just go through and grab a couple, making sure to work our way across and try to only drop one per cell, because these things are actually fairly pricey seed. And continue on down the flat. Now, the really important thing about starting produce this early in the season is you have to have somewhere to put it to keep it alive. I've got my germination room, which is also my grow room, with my racks and lights in there. I showed you all in the last video. If you didn't see that, go check it out. Been using that system for years now. It works very great, and it gets us through the time period of this next month, which typically February is the coldest month for us. I could, in theory, come in and heat this germination greenhouse, but this thing's 12 foot wide and 40 foot long. So I'm gonna use a lot of fuel to heat this thing, and I'm really not even gonna have much in here until about the 1st of March. That'll be our next really big plant out date. Right now, we're just trying to get in some early stuff and get it ready to go out in the field. The field's gonna be too muddy for a considerable amount of time to even work in it. I've got room in the tunnels I can work with, where I've had stuff that was overwintered and been harvested in it. Some of it's been harvested out. Some of it, with the lettuces, you lose to drop. There are diseases. So I've got places to go. I just have to have some starts to get it to push there. Now, the only reason I start the lettuce this early, again, because I want to have it for the first farmer's market of the season, which is about mid-April. So this gives me roughly 2.5 months, and this time of year the lettuce is just flat out going to grow slower. There's really nothing you can do about it. My goal with this is always 1 month from the time I seed till the time it's ready to go out in the field. So that's March, about 1st-ish. They should be ready to head out in the field by then. Now granted, it is still going to be freezing temperatures outside, so I still will have to cover it, take care of it, uncover it for about 1.5 months before it sizes up enough to where it's actually ready to be harvested. And it might not even be fully sized up by then. That's why this early on, I just do 2-week intervals. So I don't have too much stuff stacked up and ready to go, because quite simply, I just run out of greenhouse space. There's nothing else to it. Now we've got all of them in there. Now we just simply take the palm of our hand, we wipe over to get the soil on top of it, just like that. Then we go into our flat, which we use them for inside because we'll just simply lift the edge and bottom water these from now on. Take them out now. We got to do our initial water in to get this ready to go into the area to germinate. And the fun part now is finding hoses, finding sprinkler heads, all the fun stuff that has been lost over the winter, possibly frozen, just like the farm irrigation system is. So I'm gonna have to run hoses and get that set up, water this in, go take it inside and show you the home that they're gonna be in for the next month. But first, don't forget to head over to arkenbergfarms.com, scroll down near the bottom, digital tools and training, Market Garden Farm School. This is where you can join the Market Garden Farm School, join Seed Time for free, or download the Ultimate Supply Catalog, which has the links to everything that we use on our farm. It's actually a supply list for us as well. And new is our Amazon affiliate storefront. This is where we have everything we use on our farm and everything I feature in our videos in one simple place to purchase the exact item that we have on our farm. Again, this is an affiliated storefront, so small proceed helps fund producing the videos we make teaching others how to farm. So I was able to rig together a splitter, so I've got a shut off, which just kind of exploded, and my good dram head. The rest of it got eaten by the winter. For our initial water in, very simple. Make a couple passes, let it sit for a second, come back and make a couple more. Not trying to get it too wet here, just trying to get wet enough. Take this, go put it over in the germination area. So it's about what I would have expected this time of year. Got my flat watered in, but everything's frozen out here. All the equipment that did not quite get put away like it should have, it's not in the best shape in the world. But at least I still have that dram head. That thing is very, very pricey. But from here, we're under our grow rack. I place them directly under the rack. We've got the temperature control in here, window air conditioner, fan down below, all of our lights. Go watch the last video, check it out. Also, head over to the Amazon affiliate store, amazon.com/shop/Farmer Keith. All this stuff's on there. A bunch of other stuff we use on the farm there as well. Go check it out. And as always, hope y'all liked my Saturday. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.